Our viewers, this week we're joined by McMillan. This man is based in the UK. He's playing for the under-23 of the Leeds United. Welcome to our platform, Max.
Are you okay? Thank you for having me.
Great stuff. Good to have you, man. We just want to chat with you and just find out more about your football career, where you are and where it's going. How did your football career start and how did you find yourself at Leeds United Academy?
So I've always had a big interest in football, just because of my family's big football fans. I started really young. I think I had started about the age of 5, playing for my brother's team, who's actually like 3 years above me. So just like a local team, just playing there, enjoying it with my friends, family, just playing. And then about 7 or 8 years old, maybe 7, we had a tournament in where I live. Like all the teams where I live got together, played a tournament and played really well. And then Leeds ended up picking me up and said, "Do you want to come for a trial?" So obviously I was over the moon that they said, "If you want to come and have a trial." So I got 6-week trial, but I got told actually I wasn't good enough the first time round. And then I got into the car. My dad, he was like, "No, they don't want you." And then I went back down to, which is called the Shadow Squad. So there's the academy, then Shadow Squad. So I went back down there, had another training session at the Leeds Shadow Squad, and then they were like, "No, we want you to come back." And they offered me a contract there at the age of 7 or 8, maybe 2-year contract. And then I've just progressed through the ranks from there.
Wow, good story. And how did you feel when you were told that you weren't good enough? And what pushed you a little bit to work a little bit extra hard?
Well, there's always a story that my dad tells me that when I got into the car and he told me that they didn't want you, my dad at the time knew contacts at Hull City, and he said, "Oh, Hull City will take you. They'll offer you a contract." And I said, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to go to Hull. I want to prove Leeds wrong, and I want to play for Leeds." And then it ended up happening. So,
yeah, and you then came through the ranks at Leeds, and you started to gain momentum and preparing yourself and starting to settle. And I saw on Twitter a photo of yourself holding a trophy at the time. Just take us through that moment. When was that, and were you then settled at the time?
So that would have been, we went to Poland on a trip in, I think it was called like Murapol Cup or something like that. I think we were about under 12s, and we ended up winning. We beat Celtic, Shakhtar Donetsk, Legia Warsaw, all them teams, and that was a brilliant tournament. And we ended up winning, and the trophy, it was a massive trophy, and they said, "Oh, the first team have got a game when you come back, and you can parade the trophy that you've just won around the stadium." So we were really young lads and walking around Ellen Road with packed out stadium at half time, and got to show all the fans the trophy that we just won. It was a very, very good moment that I'll remember for a long time, definitely.
Wow, indeed. That's at under 12 and walking at Ellen Road Stadium with that stadium packed to full capacity. And
Yeah.
there you are, you started to graduate and got into the under 18s. And I know we're going to talk a little bit later about your under 23s promotion, but you got to the under 18s, and how did that go for you? And what started to hit you that you now approaching the senior team?
Well, I think it was maybe, I was about 14, 15 years old, that I got told that I was going to get a scholarship at Leeds United. So, which was really young, to be fair, because normally lads get it at about 16. So I got told about 14 that I was getting a scholarship, which I was over the moon. I always played up a year during the academy, really. I always used to push up for games and play with the older lads. So when I got told I was getting a scholar, I was very happy to go just come in full time. Be in and around the training ground every day, training every day is just brilliant.
Are you settled with your centre forward position? We call it a striker here. Are you comfortable in that position? And are you scoring goals in that position?
Yeah, I've always been a striker from a young age. Ever since I can remember playing, I've always been a striker. But yeah, I'm on a bit of a goal drought at the moment, actually. But hopefully a goal will come soon. Yeah.
Yeah. When did you score that free kick? I saw on your timeline as well where you posted this video footage.
Yeah, that was last season. We played Birmingham away. Very bad conditions, windy, rainy, and I don't normally take them, to be fair. But I won the foul one. I was like, I'll have this one. Let's have a go. And yeah, just flew into the top corner. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about the time that Leeds United got promoted into the Premier League, and here you are at Leeds United, and you're one of the future football players there. How was Ellen Road at the time?
Well, from last season, when we were allowed to go to the games, obviously COVID hit, I was there every home game with my brother. I used to go after the games after my game on Saturday and get to Ellen Road to watch the first team. And there was just a buzz around the crowd that like maybe this could be our year, like the football we're playing, and then seeing the first team at the training ground was just amazing. Like the buzz, like the atmosphere was just really good. And then obviously once they got promoted, it was a shame we couldn't actually be there. But yeah, very, very good. Have you seen the footage outside the stadium when they got promoted? It was just crazy. But it was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Wow. And you coming from a family that is, football is ingrained. It's been played in the family. Your dad, when you got this promotion now to play in the under-23s, how did it came about, and how was the atmosphere at home?
Well, I had a bit of insight to it last year, to the 23s level. I played a game there, but that's when my injury came from playing with the 23s. So then obviously I was back in the physio room doing all sorts of stuff. But then I got a call maybe about, I think it was quite a while ago now, but at the start of this season, from the under 23s manager, and he just said, we want you to come up and train with us full time, which I was over the moon with. So that was what my goal was this season, to try and play as many games at 23s level as I can, which I've done. I've played a couple this season so far, and hopefully I can get more appearances in that team.
Take us through your first your debut in the under 23s, and one should can picture the excitement, because this is the next level, and you knocking at the door into getting into the senior team in the near future.
Yeah, so my debut for 23s was last season. I was 17, and it was Birmingham away, and I came off the bench. I think I played about 20 minutes. I was very nervous coming on, because I'm playing against men almost. Some of them are older guys. It was tough, definitely tough. It was a bit of a shock. Like, wow, this is the level I have to be at to get where I want to be. But no, it was good. I was definitely nervous, but when I got called over to say you're coming on last 20 minutes, I was like, right, here we go. Let's give it my all. I thought I did well, and then the injury struck after that game, which was a bit annoying, but we've got through it. So yeah.
And how did you came out from the injury and sitting on the sideline for 4 months for recovery?
Yeah, it was tough. It was a thing called shin splints, which is like just pains in your shin for like an overload. It was annoying, because every time I try and run or anything like that, I just feel an ache in my shin, and it was just constant. So we did a lot of work, tried a lot of things which helped recover it. But we found out what was wrong with it. So, and then lockdown hit, which was actually quite a blessing in disguise, really, because the injury I had it needed rest. That's what it needed. It just needed rest. So the lockdown hit, and it did help it out a lot. To be fair, it was a blessing. And then ever since coming back from lockdown, I think I've been fit from about June, July now. And then no, I haven't had any injuries since. So fingers crossed I don't get another one.
Do you think you are at the level where you were before the injury, or you're still working harder to get at that level?
Yeah, no, I'd say I'm definitely there now from a tough pre-season and a tough lockdown because we sent a lot of things to do over that space of time. So yeah, I think I'm definitely fit right now. Yeah.
Let's chat about lockdown, and for a high performance athlete like yourself, how did you find it to be at home, confined in your own space, and you had to do things independently?
I didn't actually mind it, to be fair. I know some of the lads at football who didn't like it at all, but I didn't mind it, spending time with family. But no, we had a lot of time, obviously, but I took it out to get fit, get a bit stronger and all that kind of stuff. I had the facilities at home, which allowed me to do that. And from the staff at Leeds sending us programs to do, running programs. So no, I thought it was actually okay.
Let's chat about the lifestyle, balancing it with football and the studies. Considering that you found it quite comfortable for yourself to be in lockdown and you managed to do all the things, how is it for a football player to balance those, the lifestyle, career, studies, and still be able to manage your football career?
Yeah, it is tough. Like, obviously, there's a lot of sacrifices you have to make because I'm in full time now. So just stuff like nutrition is a sacrifice, and then little things like seeing your mates, where your mates want to go out and you can't go out because you've got training the next day or a game the next day, and you feel like you're missing out on things. But it's what you've got to do at the end of the day if you want to become where you want to become. And then education, we do bits at football. As a scholar, you do a BTEC sport, we call it. So you do sometimes after training, we'll go and do assignments and all that kind of stuff. So you actually can get a qualification from it. So which is good. So you get both out of the scholarship rather than football, or you've got a qualification that can back it up if things don't work out.
Wow. Do you do that qualification online, or do you have to be physically at the university?
So we've got classrooms at the training ground. So there's full-time teachers there, and they'll tell us what to do, and we write it up on the computers. It's quite tough, to be fair. There's a lot of work to do, but it's all right. I don't mind it.
Yeah. Wow, it's quite good to see that being offered by the club, because we understand that a lot of football players, when one retires, it becomes a difficulty to sustain that career, because the career comes to an end, and one then chooses whether they go into football, managing a football club, or one goes and look for a job. So when you go and look for a job, that qualification secures you quite nicely. Now,
Yeah.
if you have to talk about when we did some reading up on you, you still have an option to either play for South Africa or for England. Have you got any contacts from the South African coaches in the national teams?
I think it was maybe last week I actually got a message off the under-20s manager saying like, hello, hope you're well. Have you got a number for my dad so you can speak to him about potentially a call-up? So at the moment I think they're trying to sort a passport out for me, and then hopefully I can go out there to South Africa and play, which I would definitely love to do.
Yeah, that would be good to see you playing for your national team. And if we have to look now in your, where you are, looking at your goals, I understand one of your major goals is to play for the national team here in South Africa. What are some of your goals that you're setting out for yourself, looking at the senior team as well?
Yeah, obviously I want I've got a lot of goals, which I set goals every season what I want to accomplish. So definitely South Africa call up was on there. I want to try and be involved in the first team and fast training games, whatever it is. Score goals, assists, all them kind of stuff, which I set goals for. Yeah.
Well, Max, we really appreciate the time that you made to chat with us, and we wish you everything of the best for your future endeavors. And we're looking forward to see you playing for the national team as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.